The ability to attract finance to start a business or to develop and grow an existing business is one of the many challenges that an entrepreneur often faces. This is because many entrepreneurs, whilst extremely knowledgeable in their core specialism, often have limited knowledge of financial markets. But hang on, should this trend be allowed to continue? Think about it. When interviewed, it was not surprising to find that many aspiring and existing entrepreneurs, including those with no interest in starting a business, stated that sourcing finance to start a business is a difficult act to follow. Fortunately, a small group of entrepreneurs do not share this common and often misconceived belief, which in itself shows there is hope for all of us. Let us explore two experiences, the first being a business owner who walks into the bank and comes out extremely distraught and, in a worst-case scenario, comes out in tears. Whether you believe it or not, this happens all the time, and I have met countless business owners who find themselves in this category. Then there is the other business owner who walks into the same bank and comes out smiling. One comes out with the funding he is seeking, whilst the other comes out with absolutely nothing. Does this sound familiar to you? Which camp do you often find yourself in? So why are the experiences between these two business owners so different? Some of you will say the reason is because one is a woman and the other is a man, or one is from an African origin whilst the other is from a European origin, or one is you fill in the blanks whilst the other is blank, blank, blank. Whatever the prejudices that may exist in the financial market, I have seen people of different gender, race, or circumstance having these negative experiences and complain about preferential treatments, whether at a conscious or unconscious level. There are steps entrepreneurs can take to boost their chances of success. The title of this series is Strategies for Attracting Finance for Your Business. This is part of the My Business is My Business training module, a unique training program developed by Sheila Elliott. The series is presented by Rosemary Partridge and covers a wide range of salient points that should provide you with tools to better prepare your business to raise finance. Whether you are just starting up or an established business, the tools shared in this series should help you tremendously. Very often, entrepreneurs undermine their potential in the financial market. They enter the market unaware of what they are selling or buying. The fact is this: investors are money sellers. They sell their monies for financial gain, and as a result, they are constantly looking for entrepreneurs or businesses with great ideas that can be commercialized for profit. Without business opportunities in the market, financial investors will not thrive and will go broke. But what does great opportunities mean for an investor? After all, I am yet to meet an entrepreneur who's to describe their business idea as crap. All will tell you that their ideas are great. The trouble is, financial investors know the value of money and cannot afford to plant it where it is least likely to grow. They need to find fields that are well fertilized for money seed to be sown and to flourish. One foolish decision and their seed is destroyed, so to speak. In simple terms, the greatest risk facing a financial investor is what is called capital risk, which is the very risk that their capital will not be repaid. This explains why financial investors are very selective about who they do business with, as their primary objective is to multiply their money. Armed with this knowledge, your best shot is to go into the market as a seller of business opportunity that will enrich the investor as well as your business. If you operate with this knowledge in mind at all times, spending time developing your business ideas and making them marketable and profitable, this will be your number one priority before approaching financial investors. All too often, this is where the problem lies. Most entrepreneurs want to go off and get other people's money to invest in a project they themselves cannot afford to invest in. Many do not want to spend time to develop their business ideas, and they are then surprised when no one invests in their business. Enough of background information. Let's move on to the next slide. Before we progress through this journey, it will help greatly if you know exactly what you are about to learn. You may find that some of the topics covered are already familiar to you, and if this is the case, you can skip the topic and move on to others you wish to learn. I encourage you to go through each topic carefully, because in this series we are looking at the subject of finance from the perspective of financial investors and yourself. Against this backdrop, let me quickly summarize what you are about to learn. In this series you will learn about the primary needs and concerns of investors when making decisions to invest their money for a share of future profit in a business, irrespective of the type of investors. The importance of understanding your relationship with money and the impact that plays in your credit rating and your capacity to influence others to invest in your business. The importance of putting together a quality team for the purposes of delivering the service or products of your business. The language of the financial market, which may shy away from, only to find there is no escaping when they start thinking about starting a business or growing an established business. You are about to learn how to wow the investors with your business proposition and common mistakes you need to avoid, the common risks associated with most businesses and effective strategies for managing, while instilling confidence in the mind of financial investors, how to present with confidence and avoid pitfalls that can create doubts and blast out all chances of closing a deal. All of this means that by the end of this series, you will be extremely knowledgeable and confident about what is required to raise finance for new business ideas or the planned expansion of an established business. Make no mistake, if you are to win the confidence of investors, you and your team must understand these topics, and moreover, you should be able to apply the knowledge correctly. The ability to influence others to say yes to your proposal requires power on your part, and power is enhanced when you can correctly direct and apply accurate information towards a particular course of action. When an unknown man by the name of Andrew Carnegie, who went on to become a millionaire through his businesses, influenced a team of savvy financial investors to invest millions of dollars into the American Steel Corporation, it was no accident or luck. By all stretch of imagination, many would never have dreamt that he could pull such a deal off. But he did. He had invisible ammunition, so to speak. This was passion, industry knowledge, and an understanding of what will motivate investors to happily part with their cash for his dream. No one who has studied his life will deny that his understanding of what motivates investors helped him to package his message appropriately and concisely. The objective of this series is to help you develop the same confidence as he did. We want you and your team to recognize that if one man or woman can do it, so can you. And what is even greater, so will you. We want you to take the limit of your mind and recognize that the only thing that is between you and success is the way you think. The moment you say, "It is all well and good to hear the success stories of others. My situation is different and no one will invest in my business," you are doomed. Why? Simply put, you get what you expect consistently. It is the law of the universe. You can even the bargaining power between you and your financial investors. You can only do this if you have a good understanding of your power in that intercourse. For this to happen, you need to know how much you and your business ideas are worth to a financial investor. Let me ask you one more question. How do you think banks make their monies? Think about it. They have to invest your hard-earned cash that you deposit into their account for safety into business opportunities in the broad market. It is so important you understand this. Make a decision today that you will utilize the knowledge from this series to your advantage and take the appropriate steps to develop the capacity for your business to be finance or investment ready. Let us start the series now. Yes, we are only starting the series, as everything that has been said so far is background information. I want you to imagine for a minute that you are someone with money to invest and you are looking for opportunities to make your money grow. In short, you are a business investor. If you cannot see yourself in this capacity, how about closing your eyes for a few moments and think of a savvy investor you know. Take up to 10 minutes to do this exercise. You may even want to use the internet to find some names that you can relate to. If you do not know any savvy investor, let me give you some names that you may want to play around with, as you are just about to go into a process we call the visualization process. How about seeing yourself as Richard Branson? How about seeing yourself as Donald Trump? How about seeing yourself as Deborah Meaden? How about seeing yourself as Peter Jones? How about seeing yourself as a sound investor you personally know in your own community? I hope by now you have got an image in your mind. Now make sure you are in a quiet environment, that you are not likely to be disrupted in the next 15 minutes. Close your eyes and quietly see yourself as a savvy investor with lots of money in your briefcase to invest. An entrepreneur has just visited you in your office for the purpose of requesting you to invest in their latest invention. You have listened to his business proposal and you are asked to part with £150,000 to help the business manufacture and market the products. I want you to take a good look at this entrepreneur in your mind's eye. What are the questions that you will ask him? What will be your concerns that you will want to explore with him? What will make you want to give him the money? What will make you say no to him even though he has taken his time to come and present his proposal? Think quietly and slowly. Be simple in your approach. Now open your eyes and write down the questions and answers that come to your mind during this exercise. Take 5 minutes to do this exercise. How do you feel? Whether you like it or not, you've just gone through a process of empathy. You have just switched roles with a financial investor. In fact, the process you have just gone through should help you to see your own proposal as financial investors see it. It is always helpful for an entrepreneur who is seeking financial investment from a third party to be able to take a step back and objectively see their business as others will see it. If you can do so consistently, you will be in good stead to make any adjustment required for improvement. Let us now move on to explore investors' typical needs. Typically, when you approach an investor for capital to invest in your business, you are either asking them to give you a loan or take equity in the business or a cross between the two. We will cover the different types of investment you can entertain as a strategy for business growth later. For now, let us confine ourselves to the reasons investors sell their hard cash to entrepreneurs. The fundamental principle you must bear in mind at all times is this: financial investors are in the business of making money for their shareholders or themselves, and so when they lend money or invest money to businesses, they are not doing so because they love the directors.